today I have one of our alumni who has gone through this process. He was with us at the Fountain of Hope Rehabilitation Center, and today we want just to hear his story. And so I would like to welcome him, and he introduces himself. My name is Caroline Mbore. I'm a counseling psychologist, and with me here is my colleague
Benard Mokoro, psychologist.
And so today we just don't want to give the narrative we have from the knowledge we have, but we want to hear a story from one of us who has actually gone through the process of rehabilitation. Welcome. So I would like our guest today to introduce himself.
Thank you, Carol. My name is Benard Mokoro. I'm a recovering alcoholic, a teacher by profession, deputy teacher, so to say. I was here at the rehabilitation on 22nd of July 2022. Up to now, I am sober. Anything else you want to know?
Thank you very much for that introduction.
Yeah.
As you've heard, he was here in 2022, and so far so good. So, Mr. Benard, we'd like to ask you, how did you get to that place of having alcoholism? Give us just a brief story of how you got there.
Carol, literally saying, I was born in a home where alcohol was the order of the day. Because of poverty, my mother learned the art of preparing alcohol in the name of pusa, which she used to sell to men around home so that she could get money to sustain the family. She finally graduated to Changa when all of us went to school, and so to say, I also graduated from taking pusa to Changa. So throughout my primary level, my primary education, I was taking alcohol, and so to say, I'm 55 years. I think over 40 years I have been in alcohol. Yeah. So. I learned it by looking at the men drink, admiring the way they looked, and then immediately they left wherever they were taking it in our house. I could rush there and empty their bottles and their cups that they used to use. So I was so much into this habit until one time, I remember, I'm told, because I was so young, I mistook paraffin for alcohol, and I emptied it in my stomach. I went into a coma, and by the grace of God, those days hospitals were very far, but there were men and women who are called traditional medicine, prepared some herbs, concoctions, and mixed with soil, I'm told, and then they gave it to me, and somehow I got better, and I am happy. I thank those men and women, although they have died, but they at least ganga zao zikinisaidia, and here I am now today talking at the Fountain of Hope, several kilometers away from my home in Kisii. Yes, so alcohol has been the order of the day in me, and around home generally, our village, those days when I was born in the 70s, almost every family in the village, they were earning their living by selling alcohol. So most of the men my age, we used to drink, and we thought it could be, it was a norm by then. But because we were taking in small quantities, it didn't have any effects on us. Now when I became a teacher, that is when now I was able to fund my alcohol intake, and I gained, it's called what, alcohol tolerance went very high. And then finally, the alcohol turned tables, and now I was an alcoholic, and I was now dependent on alcohol. Yeah.
So you've told us that you started when you were young, and so because of the kind of the environmental factors.
Yeah.
And then you said when you became a teacher, the tolerance went higher.
Yeah.
So when did it reach to that stage whereby you were drinking excessively? And let's hear much more about that.
before I got married, I could take 1 or 2 bottles of alcohol, or called Tusker, and then I could do my businesses very well. I could go to school, go back home, and then when I married, now funding the bottle, the Tusker, became a problem. So should I call it graduation again? I graduated again from Tusker back to Changa and Busa. So this one, I was able to fund it on a daily basis. So I took too much of it. So much so that sometimes I could miss going to school. Sometimes I could fall down and hurt myself. And it dealt a blow on my finances. I was unable to foot the bills in my home. And my brothers and sisters saw this at a distance. The only person who did not see that I was in a problem was myself. So they encouraged me and they funded my rehabilitation. I have gone for rehabilitation, not once, not twice, but 3 times. In fact, coming to Siokma was the 3rd, and I pray that it be the last one. So I have really made them suffer because of me. We are a family of alcoholics. We are 5 men. 4 of us have undergone through rehabilitation. So we are suffering from alcoholism. We didn't know this. If we had known, we couldn't have started drinking. That is the only way we could have been safe. Yeah.
So now, is it that you drank so much, the family members realized that you have a problem, or did you come to understand that you have a problem? Because you've mentioned that you went to the first rehabilitation, second, and now 3rd Fountain of Hope.
Now, it is not me who saw this. My eldest brother, engineer Ken Ombachi, was the first one to go for rehabilitation. And when he went there, he learned that this alcoholism is a disease. And he saw it. When he became sober, he saw it in me. So he came and told me, I want you to accept and I'll take you for rehabilitation. I took some time, but finally I accepted, and he took me to Asumbi Treatment Center. That is where I learned from reading the big book, the Alcoholics Anonymous. I learned that I'm an alcoholic and that I should not be blamed for being an alcoholic. But those guys, they say, I am responsible for my sobriety. That is where I learned at the Asumbi Treatment Center. But because of what my counselor used to say, he called it stinking thinking. I again relapsed twice. And this is the last time. That's where I met Caro and Panina here. And they took me through the process. And I am now, hopefully, I'm saying, let me die a Superman.
Okay. Thank you, Benard, for what you're sharing with us. And from what you're telling us is like you've been through a journey. So I'm just wondering whether you're comfortable to tell us openly on the online as a platform about some of the damages you had during the addiction process.
I have fallen several times from moving motorcycles. I remember 2021, I fall from a moving motorbike and I had my eye here, just next to my eye. It's only that my skin is good. It has developed and I have healed. So this was Upper Onana. Then 2022, just before I came here, I had another mark here. So this alcohol has a very funny way of dealing with us. It puts the mark where you cannot hide it. So here, my friends could tell me, here they said, Ben, you have acquired a sticker. So 2022, they are now asking me, you have now renewed your sticker for this year. So those are some of the marks I got. And I fall down, I got an accident involving a motorcycle again, and I hurt my leg and my ribs, I suffered several injuries. We slept several kilometers away from our home. And this was happening at the wee hours of the morning, at around 2 a.m. in the morning. Where I was coming from, I don't know. Where I was going, I also don't know. But what I know is that I was killing myself. Why? Because it's me who bought alcohol for my rider. I was the one who was funding that. So I was committing suicide. I was killing myself. And there are several other items that I've lost. I've lost phones, I've lost money. I'm only lucky that I am the way I look. Yeah.
So you say there are a lot of repercussions that you've faced because of use of alcohol. By the way, I just want to find out, were you using other substances or just alcoholic beverages?
No, I only took alcohol. No cigarette, no pan, no nothing.
Okay.
I was addicted to alcohol.
Okay.
All sorts of alcohol. Name them. Karobo, Usa, Changa, Muratina. Alcohol is alcohol.
Anything with alcohol
Anything
was
with,
yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you've said, the last 40 years or so, you've been using alcohol. Would you tell us what is the cost, how much damage, especially financial damages, or what are the damages that have occurred because of use of substance?
I don't want to delve into that because I will collapse. Because when I look at it at a glance, I just see my several flats, my vehicles, my big farms of land that I wasted into alcoholism. Because those guys we graduated with in way back 1994, those who were not drinking are affluent. They are owning this country. But to me, I have nothing to show for the 3 million that is showing on my payslip. So let's leave it at that because I may collapse. It may take me back to alcohol.
No. We are not here for that. We wouldn't want you to go back because we can see the progress you've made. Because when I look at you, you're looking so different. You're not the gentleman who came 2.5 years ago. You're looking very healthy. Even that age, you don't look that age.
I wish you would have taken a picture by that time.
Yes.
So going forward, maybe, when
Yes.
you admit a patient,
Yes.
even if it means taking the picture without his oral knowledge,
Yes.
keep it in his file, so that now you would have shown, so that the world will see, this is the man who came in, and this is the one who's talking now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Actually, you made a decision and you followed through with it. Now, I'm remembering that day when you came here in this same room. Tell us about that day, and I let my colleague also take you through that process, the time you came for rehabilitation here.
When I came, my kid sister, Gladys Okoti, who's staying in the United States of America, had written a message to me in somewhere around February, quoting Fountain of Hope. I've never heard of it, but she just wrote and told me that is a rehabilitation center found in Machakos. Should you need help, reach out. So I used to look at that message and then I just go drinking. But there is this one important night when I was coming out of my drinking dens at around 10 p.m. I had seen myself as a useless person, not worthy of living in this country. I was thinking I should finish myself so that I am not there, because in the house there was nothing. No flour for cooking, no firewood, no paraffin, no cooking oil, no salt, no money, no sugar. No, the children are there and the mom. So the situation, I said, I don't deserve to continue living. So, but I remembered that message, and then I wrote back to her and said, now I'm ready to go for rehabilitation. Are you able to fund it? She never replied. But little did I know that she had swung into action, and she had contacted my elder sister, Alice Manoti, who came for me to Nakuru, and then they drove me here. when they were bringing me here, of course, they thought I'd changed my mind. I went for one for the road. I said, let me empty the last one for the last time. And then I came drunk enough. So all the way to Syokimau, I was so drunk, I was down, I was dejected, I was like, anyway, those are bygones. And now let's forge forward from here.
Okay, thank you very much, Benard, for this opportunity to share your story with us and the world, and we are very proud of you.
Yes.
Probably you can take us through the rehabilitation process at Fountain of Hope. For how long were you in treatment, and how was that period for you?
Well, when I came here, normally what happens is that we are taken for detox, which we are injected by Ebonas. What's her name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne takes you through the injection, and then so when she gave me the injection, I just slept, all to wake up and find that my people went and left me here. But because I had gone to a rehabilitation, so I knew, and I had decided to come. I knew I was going to be here for the 3 months. So this is where now we have classes where we meet every morning. Then I was given counselor. My counselor as Caroline Bull. We went through with her. Madam took me through step work, and so I finished my 12 steps within the 3 months, and then I was taken through relapse prevention procedures, and I can say it is working for me. I'm trying to avoid every other person. I'm not using those things that I used to use, and I don't hang out in those places where we used to hang out when we were drinking. And perhaps that's why I've come back here, so that I remind myself, so that I remain strong for the rest of the life that I'm here. Because I know, and I know very clearly that I'm not safe out there. This is our place to be, and I thank you very much for the process that you took me through. Yeah.
Was it easy to be in rehab for 3 months, to be secluded from your family?
Normally it's not easy. But I know what we call opportunity cost. So, and Carol didn't ask me this, but the other counselor who was there at Asumbi asked me, you were free at home to do all those things you are asking us to do. You were free with your wife, but you never saw her. You were always drunk. So when I look at this, it is never easy, but we have the opportunity cost is that we have to forego those so that we become sober. Yeah, because most of the time, even the food, when we are eating it, we just don't see it. So, and your family, we are saying, I'm missing. I was never there for the family because I could wake up at 6 and come back at 11 p.m. So, me, I accepted it, and I had to forgo all those things. After all, it was only 3 months. Now I'm enjoying myself out here. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is that it is not easy, but it is a necessary process.
It is a very necessary process, so that the alcoholic or the addict can find time to reflect on him or herself, and then regain sobriety, to be sober for the first time, and rethink about yourself. Because out there, the pressure is so high. You cannot stay at home alone. They will, even if you want to stay, they will come for you. So here, it is very necessary that people are secluded from the outside world so that they may find themselves. Yeah.
So I guess my last question is, what motivated you to want to stay sober and to stay through the process?
Sometimes when I look at myself, I see it in black and white that I'm not doing very well. Because it is not about comparison, but it's like, here you are, earning the same amount of money with another person. This other person appears to be at a higher level than me. Then I had to ask myself, what is it that is in me that is not in this other teacher that makes me be low and this other teacher is higher? And I found out that it is me. The thing that is keeping me down here is alcohol, and this that's the only thing, because it's going to church. The pay slip is the same. We teach. I even teach, even I can say better than them, but they are better off than me because of alcohol. So now I'm out of it. I'm trying to pick up the pieces, and I hope one day, one time, I'll find myself somewhere. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So Benard, one of the things that we taught you here is that life is a little bit different in the rehabilitation center and when you're out there. And most of the times we could tell you that rehabilitation actually starts or sobriety starts when you're out of this center. So tell us, what was your experience when you left the center and you went back home? What was the experience?
Now, people missed me and they asked where I had gone. So I told my wife, go tell them I'm in a rehabilitation center. Some of them reacted by laughing at me, and I'm happy to report that there are some that we used to hang out with. In fact, one of them stopped drinking because I came to the rehabilitation.
Wow.
Because he reflected, he's suffering from diabetes, he has high blood pressure. And then he asked himself, if the Ben who looks, who is healthy, can go for rehabilitation, what about me, who is sick? So he stopped, he was baptized, he was in church. So when I went back, majority of those people who knew I was in rehab, they just saw a changed person. And they were saying, congratulations, man, you've grown, you look more better off. So they gave me the encouragement. But there are others who are telling me, now we know you have stopped drinking. Now we know you have a lot of money. Can you buy for us? So when they tell me that, they are teasing me to go back to them. So I just avoid them and run away from them.
Okay.
And I made a decision to go to church, and I was baptized, and I'm now a judge. I go to church. I'm a member of the SDA church. And now these days I tell them, because one of the vows that we take is that we don't buy, we don't sell, we don't advertise, and we don't take any of those drugs. So these days you just tell them, I took a vow never to take, never to sell, never to advertise, and never to, all those drugs. So I'm bold enough because I now have the energy. I know I'm strong enough, so I don't buy, and they cannot warm me to their side because I don't go to where they are. Yeah.
What about me? As your friend, I come and ask you to buy me a drink.
I don't drink, I don't sell, I don't advertise.
Oh, that's nice. No, that's very nice.
Yeah.
So maybe you could probably tell us what have you done this time that it didn't work in the other times when you went for rehabilitation. What are some of these strategies are you using to maintain the sobriety this time?
Number one, I go to church. Number two, I don't go to where they are. I don't associate with them so much. Number three, go to work, come back home, and do my things there. So that is what I'm doing, and I believe, I know my life, it's my life. We don't live two lives. So I know this is the last chance that I got. Otherwise I would have died in the year 2022. So I know God has a purpose for me. So I don't joke around with alcohol any longer. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Benard, for the insights you're giving us, because I'm sure there are people out there who who are struggling. And I'd like to report that Benard has taken the journey of sobriety very seriously, and he has written a book, and it is My Battle with the Bottle, Overcoming Addiction and Finding Purpose by Benard Mokoro. This is the seriousness he has. He has written his life story, and so I'm requesting you, our viewers, if you want to hear a real story, because maybe you're a therapist and you say probably the therapist hasn't experienced this. Benard has written a book, as I said, My Battle with the Bottle, Overcoming Addiction and Finding Purpose. This book is only 700 shillings, and I will let Benard give us his contact so that in case you need the book, you can get it very easily. Benard, how can the people contact you?
They can contact me through my phone number, which is written in the book, but 715-110-779.
Probably you could repeat it again.
0715-110-779.
Thank you, Benard.
Much.
What Benard is doing is actually one of our works that we do here. We call it Step 12, whereby we ask people, once they are stable enough, they can be able to go out there and be able to help other people who are having the same challenge of addiction. Benard is sharing his story very openly. He has no shame because he's been able to get through it, the shame and the guilt. So we here in Fountain of Hope, as I initially said, we do treatments for all persons with any type of addiction. It doesn't matter whether you're having work addiction, drug addiction, whatever kind of addiction you have, we are able to help you, and we give you support system even when you've left. You can see our friend here who is Benard. He was here 2.5 years ago. We still talk with him because there are times when he goes through emotions whereby he's not able to handle stress out there. So he has kept in touch with us, and we are excited to be part of this. And in fact, you said you're loading another book?
Yeah.
So this is just part A.
Second edition.
Second edition.
More detail.
So I'm sure you're all waiting to hear this. So in case you're out there, it doesn't matter where you are and what situation you are in, help is possible. You can get help. You can come to us. You can contact us, Fountain of Hope Rehabilitation Center. You can get us on our website, and we admit 24/7, and we have trained psychologists, medical doctors, trained psychiatric nurses, and even psychiatrists. We are able to help you irrespective of what kind of mental health problem you are having or whether you are struggling with addiction. And so this time we would like to appreciate Benard for visiting with us and sharing his story. And in actual fact, he's ready to share with anyone. So if you get a copy of this book, kindly help Benard to spread the story and also share with somebody else. So this is Dr. BMS from Fountain of Hope. Please subscribe, press that notification bell, and also share with others so that other people can get the knowledge that we are sharing. We have other articles in the same channel, Dr. BMS channel. So kindly go through the other articles that we have presented here. And in case you have a problem, you can contact us. And so without further ado, I would like to end this session here and say thank you very much, Mr. Benard, for coming and sharing your story. And this is just part A because there are more details that we have to share with you. So with that, ciao, God bless.